Ever wonder where we all came from? Not just our parents or grandparents, but the very first humans. Our story doesn't start in a city or a town, but on a wild, untamed earth millions of years ago. Imagine a world of endless plains, dense forests, and giant beasts roaming free. It was in this incredible, challenging world that the journey of humankind began. Let's travel back in time, about 7 million years ago, to the heart of Africa. This is where our earliest ancestors first appeared. They weren't quite human yet, more like small, ape-like creatures learning to walk upright. This family of early primates, known as hominids, set the stage for everything that followed. Fast forward to about 4 million years ago, and we meet Australopithecus. Picture them. They had long arms perfect for climbing trees, but they also walked on two legs. This ability, called bipedalism, was a game changer. It freed up their hands, paving the way for one of the most crucial developments in our history, making tools. As millennia rolled by, new species emerged. Around 2.5 million years ago, we meet Homo habilis, which means handy man. And for good reason. Fossil evidence shows they were among the first to create simple stone tools. These weren't just rocks. They were crafted implements used to cut meat, crack open bones for nutritious marrow, and defend against predators. The ability to create and use tools gave them a massive survival advantage and sparked the growth of a more complex, problem-solving brain. Then, nearly 2 million years ago, a new ancestor took the stage, Homo erectus. These weren't just handy, they were explorers. Taller, stronger, and with a body more like ours, Homo erectus achieved something truly revolutionary. They mastered fire. Fire changed everything. It provided warmth against the cold, light in the darkness, and protection from dangerous animals. It also allowed them to cook their food, which made it easier to digest and unlocked more energy. With fire as their ally, Homo erectus became the first great travelers, migrating out of Africa and spreading across Asia and Europe. They were the pioneers who first took our lineage global. So what was daily life like for these early humans? It was tough. They lived as hunter-gatherers, moving in small, tight-knit groups. They followed animal herds and the changing seasons, relying on deep knowledge of their environment. Cooperation was key to survival. Men and women worked together, gathering plants, hunting game, raising their young, and finding shelter in caves or simple structures. And as they worked together, communication evolved. From simple gestures to the first spoken words, the ability to share ideas and coordinate actions strengthened their community bonds and laid the foundation for culture. Meanwhile, in the colder climates of Europe and Western Asia, another remarkable group of humans thrived, the Neanderthals. Often unfairly painted as brutish cavemen, Neanderthals were actually highly intelligent and adapted. They were strong, skilled hunters who crafted sophisticated tools and likely had their own form of language. We have evidence they cared for their sick and elderly and even buried their dead with rituals, suggesting a capacity for compassion and symbolic thought. For thousands of years, Neanderthals and our own direct ancestors Homo sapiens lived on the same planet, sometimes interacting and even interbreeding. In fact, many of us today carry a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA, a living link to our ancient cousins. Back in Africa around 300,000 years ago, a new species emerged that would change the world forever, Homo sapiens. Us. Modern humans. We had lighter skeletons, but our brains were larger, housed in a distinctively round skull. This new brain gave us an incredible gift, the power of imagination and abstract thought. We could think beyond the here and now. We could plan for the future, tell stories, create art, and develop complex languages. This ability to think symbolically was our superpower. It allowed us to innovate, cooperate on a massive scale, and outcompete other hominins. Armed with this new cognitive toolkit, Homo sapiens began the greatest migration in history. From our African homeland, we spread across the globe. We pushed into the Middle East, across the vast plains of Asia, and into the icy landscapes of Europe. We built boats to cross seas, reaching Australia. And eventually, we populated the Americas. We adapted to every environment imaginable, from scorching deserts to frozen tundras. We learned to make clothing from animal skins, invented new hunting weapons like the spear thrower, and left our mark wherever we went. The story of early humans isn't just about survival. It's about the birth of culture. Deep in caves in places like Lascaux, France, our ancestors painted breathtaking murals of the animals that shared their world. These vibrant images tell us they had a deep spiritual connection to nature and a desire to express themselves. They carved the first musical instruments, simple flutes made from bone, filling their world with sound. Around the glow of a campfire, they shared food, stories, and knowledge, passing down traditions from one generation to the next. This incredible journey was far from easy. Our ancestors faced constant threats, fierce predators like saber-toothed cats, devastating ice ages that reshaped the planet, and intense competition for resources. Many species of early humans went extinct. Yet Homo sapiens endured. We survived because of our intelligence, our ability to work together, and our unparalleled adaptability. Slowly but surely, we began to not just live in the world, but to shape it. We learned to domesticate plants and animals, which led to agriculture and the first permanent settlements, setting the stage for the rise of civilization. The origin of humanity is a profound story of resilience and transformation. It's a journey from a small, vulnerable primate in the African savanna to a global species that has walked on the moon. Our ancestors gave us more than just our genes. They gave us the spark of innovation, the strength of community, and the boundless power of imagination. When you look in the mirror, you're seeing the legacy of millions of years of struggle and triumph. You're seeing the echoes of Australopithecus taking its first upright steps, of Homo habilis crafting the first tool, of Homo erectus taming fire, and of the Neanderthals caring for their kin. Our story is written in our DNA, in the languages we speak, and in the dreams we chase. The first humans remind us where we came from and just how far we have journeyed. Their legacy lives on in all of us. From those humble ancient beginnings, humanity rose to become the most influential species on Earth. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the past. See you next time.